The F-16 is one of the most formidable fighters the United States has ever produced. Its entire design was based off of maximizing flight performance while saving weight and cost wherever possible. The F-16 was specially designed as a dogfighter. For starters, it was the first production aircraft to field the now common fly-by-wire system. Fly-by-wire was needed for the F-16 since it was designed specifically to be unstable. This was to increase maneuverability. Second, it featured a steeper reclined seat that was designed to delay the blood flow from the head to the feet under high G loads. The side stick was also implemented to support the pilot's arm when it suddenly weighs 9 times heavier. All of these special considerations were made to forge the best dogfighter the 4th generation of jets had ever seen. So naturally, you would think that the air superiority version of this aircraft would be the best in that regard, but as it turns out, you would be wrong. As you know, the F-16 in War Thunder is nearly uncontested when it comes to one-on-one aerial combat. Without a MiG-29, the only way to really beat it against an evenly skilled pilot is with another F-16. When it comes to air superiority, the Block 15 and 20 versions of the Viper proved to be the most capable since they're equipped with the most modern version of the Sparrow even today, the AIM-7M. And when it comes to flight performance, you might also expect it to beat out the older versions of the F-16, but in this case, the opposite is true. As an incredibly successful aircraft, it saw many variants produced. None of the early A variants offered any substantial change in aerodynamics, at least not until you get to the Block 15, which has a noticeably larger rear end, 30% larger to be exact. Some people notice the expanded elevator of the Block 15 and assume that it's to increase maneuverability, which would be a perfectly reasonable thing to gather, but in fact, the Block 15 version's primary concern was with upgrading avionics and weapon capabilities. The larger tail of the Block 15 was to compensate for the weight caused by additionally mounted hardpoints in the chin. That's not to say the bigger tail is just dead weight, because it did provide some extra stability to the aircraft. But in the end, this does result in versions Block 15 and up being a fair bit heavier than the Block 10. The Block 10 can pull harder at every speed and also compress much less. Its lighter weight allows it to gain an advantage in every situation where an ADF or MLU wouldn't be able to. So for the average person, at a glance, the F-16 Block 10 would appear to be just a clone of the ADF that trades Sparrows for ground ordnance, but in reality the Block 10 in flight performance feels significantly better because of the lighter weight. The Block 10 really is a fantastic plane to get. Even setting aside its incredible cast potential, I would recommend grinding this plane after the ADF. Not only are you getting one of the best multi-role fighters in the entire game, but also arguably the single best dogfighter in War Thunder.